Hi, I'm Victoria, and I know I said next time I talk about my horror recs for from October or NXT, but I'd rather wait until Wednesday happen. That's tomorrow. Oh, it's election day. This will not be posted before election day is over, but I hope everyone voted. Tomorrow NXT is going to be at the ECW building 2300, and I was so sad I couldn't get tickets. It was just too expensive. When I first looked at it, there were only tickets left with the meet and greet, and I couldn't do that. But then there were more later on. But it was just too late. Money doesn't stay in my account for long. So that's a bit sad because I really, really like. I'm just so excited for the 10-woman tag match tomorrow. Like everybody who when they were just more and more people coming out and coming out, like when Roxanne was like, "Let's still 4 against 5. I think we'll take the odds or whatever." And then like people just kept coming out, like I fucking loved it. So my video about NXT and the state of it and how awesome it is and everything will happen after the ECW special episode tomorrow. And it'll be like a little review of that and then talking about NXT. So this is going to be about Crown Jewel, this video. And I didn't film a video talking about my predictions, but I don't know, I just kind of didn't care enough about the matches that were happening. But I have my predictions written on this side. I wrote these before I watched it. And so we'll see how what actually happened in the matches and matches up. Okay. I put this in the order from what I cared about least to most before I watched it. This is what I care about least to most. So first we have Seth Rollins versus Big Bronson Reed. I don't know, I just kind of didn't care about it. I don't know. I know that Seth, Big Bronson Reed giving Seth the 6 tsunamis was like what started his oh, okay, I see you, Bronson. But then I just liked his thing with Braun Strowman more. And here's what I wrote about what needed to happen before I watched the match. Big Bronson Reed has to win for the feud to continue. He did not win, but I still think it continued. I just think that they overprotect Seth. I think that Seth has this desire and this willingness to put people over and really help expand the star power of the men's division. But they are very protective of Seth, the writers, and so he won. And Crown Jewel's kind of treated as not canon, So if they wanted to give Big Bronson Reed a win, I think that this would have been a good win to bolster him up a bit. But yeah, Seth won, and what saved it though was a great stare down because he did get Big Bronson Reed down, stomped him a bunch. But Big Bronson got up and that really long stare down where he was just bleeding on the side of his face, that was good. That was good. It managed to save what I thought was ruined when Seth won. I do think the feud can continue, and I don't know, hopefully it just gets juicier. I don't know why I'm not in it. Maybe because I feel like Seth should have been a little more relentless. And I don't mean in this match, I mean since he came back from being put on the shelf for a couple months by Bronson. I don't know, which is weird because he came out and did the whole big stare stomp and everything, and Bronson and Braun's match. But I don't know, this didn't have the fire behind it that I wanted. I know you might be thinking that's crazy. Seth met him on the ramp to beat each other down. I don't know. This match, I had it as my least interested one in the order that I put these. And then when I watched, it was actually not the worst one. I will get to that. Okay. Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens. I had Kevin Owens winning this one. There was no match. And I said KO has to win, or turning was pointless because his heel turn would have been pointless. This was even better than Kevin winning. If Kevin won, that was kind of it between Randy and him. Him beating the absolute dog shit out of Randy and like walking around like he put him like on a table or whatever, and he went up like a ramp or something into the stands and like elbowed him or death dropped him, whatever. From that was great. It was great. I liked that this wasn't an actual match. 7 matches on the card. This is the first time it's back. We've been doing 5 matches for a while now, which I think is great because each match gets the attention that it needs. And obviously, when you do more, some will slip through. And I think it was smart to make this one slip through, just be hard hitting, fast, not really a match. Because this was like, I had like written down next to these how long each thing took, because I was just so mad about the time discrepancies, but I'll get into that when I get to why I'm mad. Okay, next I had in order of matches I'm interested in is Cody and Gunther. This is my least favorite match of the night. I was just so bored. I was just so mad. Like, why are we spending the first 5 minutes doing a stare down and like a bunch of holds? Like, I get that it's hold, but at first I just think if you are gonna do holds, do it towards the end. Fast pace at first, like really wear each other down, and then you get to the holds. I also didn't like that it did get to that point where it said holds, fast, like we're doing stuff, holds again. You should not have had the holds in the beginning because that 5 minutes could have gone to the women. Why did Nia and Liv have like an 8-minute match? Nia and Liv had the shortest match, like 8 minutes, right? And like, I get that even though Andrade and LA and Carmelo, they weren't, it was a title match, but it wasn't like one of the headliner title matches, like champion versus champion. So I think that, like, Nia and Liv should have got more time than them. Just, like, I know it's 3 people versus 2 people match, but, like, come on, we all know Tiffany's going to come out. We all know that Raquel might come out then and Dawn might come out then. So there should have been, like, they should have been given more time. That 5 minutes of stare down and holds that Gunther and Cody did in the beginning of their match, they just ended up doing it later at the end of the match, too. That 5 minutes could have gone to Nia and Liv. And then their match would have been double digits. Champion versus champion, their match deserved to be double digits. Come on. Like, their names on the marquee. Like, come on. Oh, to the Gunther and Cody match. I liked the ending. I liked when it, like, more like halfway through when they were going fast and stuff and they were doing the holds. And I thought that reversal that Cody did was really great. Yeah, it just made sense for Cody to win. Like, because he's the face of the company, and that informed my decision that Liv was going to win, because I didn't think that they were going to give both belts to the same show. So I was like, Liv's going to win for sure. So that also helped with my prediction for the women. Yeah. Gunther and Cody's match was 23 minutes. Liv and Nia's was 8. With all the fucking interference, the 3 motherfuckers came out to get into their business. Cody and Gunther, like, they didn't need that 5 minutes. Okay, give that 5 minutes to Liv and Nia. Make it so they have 13 minutes. And then Cody and Gunther could have worked with their 18. They still have like 5 more minutes than the women. That would have been great for them. Still showing favoritism to them. I know it's maybe because like it's Saudi Arabia and like, I mean, you can tell the difference between how women and men are respected there just based on how like the women have to wear the specific style of ring gear covering everything up. But it was just, I just did not like the time discrepancies. I don't have this match written down next because it was my favorite. Or, no, it was my second favorite. But I predicted it being my favorite before I watched. So I'll just talk about Nia and Liv now. My prediction was Liv would win. Like I said, I based it off of my thinking that Cody would win and both belts wouldn't go to the same show. Honestly, I wrote if Tiffy cashes in, it will be a failed cash in. She ended up not being able to cash in. It was a failed cash in attempt. It was kind of on the right track, So now I'm comparing like 8 minutes to 23 minutes. The women's champion versus the men's champion versus champion. But I would actually consider it 5 minutes. Because it was 5 minutes until into the match that Tiffy came out. The last 3 minutes of the match was all shenanigans with Dom and Tiffy and Raquel coming out. And so I considered that the women only actually had 5 minute match because once everything else happened, it kind of got like, bullshitty. And I think that's fair because I'm only counting like Big Bronson Reed fight as like 12 minutes. I'm only counting as they got 12 minutes. So they got 3 minutes on that ramp before the even bell rang, like fight around before the bell even rang. They had 3 extra minutes. Why Big Bronson Reed and Seth got whole four extra minutes than Jimmy vs. Champion women's match? And they nearly doubled if you count the ramp time. Because 8 minutes, Liv Nia, 15, Big Bronson and Seth. It's nearly double if you count the time that they fought to the ring before the match actually started. But crown jewel, of course. I really liked this match. Let me talk about the actual match, not just complain about all the horrible treatment. I really liked Nia's Simone drop off the second rope. I think it should happen. It couldn't have happened later in the match. Too much bullshit was happening. But that should have been an indicator that this match was going to be short and whatever. They did great. Liv and Nia did great. Even if there was like a little oopsie here and there, which a lot of matches had oopsies, they recovered so well. I also would have preferred no interference by Dom and Raquel. Like if Tiffy had to come out and tease a cash in, like I know Raquel's supposed to be the bodyguard. I would have preferred if Liv took Tiffy out like a stiff arm and then was able to get Nia down, because Liv won the Jimmy vs. Champion belt, but she got help from Dom and Raquel again. I want Liv. No, she's a heel, but heels can be cheats and liars and deceptive and win, that way with the distraction of the ref and then someone else interfering and blah, blah, blah. I just want to win. I just want Liv to win at least once, please, looking strong and doing all the fucking work. Like, why put a belt on her if you don't believe in her? Why put a belt on her if you don't believe in her? Okay, the next match is LA Knight, Andrade, and Carmelo. I was looking forward to LA Knight winning the US Championship for the longest time. Like, put a belt on this man, right? But then the way that they booked him since SummerSlam, I don't know, I just haven't really liked. So now I'm kind of like, put the belt on Mello. Also, he said he'd do the spinner belt on. That'd be so fucking sick. Put the belt on Mello. I want to see the spinner belt. And obviously, maybe now wasn't the time to do it. Let's be honest, no belts or anything were exchanging hands this PLE, because like we established, this is not canon. This is just like Saudi Arabia has a bunch of money, and so they basically get to write wrestling fan fiction. They book like Tony Khan. Like, what are they? Saudi Arabia? They're like, well, I've got the money to make anything I want happen, even if it doesn't make sense. I'm gonna make it happen. That is not how Tony Khan sounds, but that is how he sounds in my head, and does a lot of things. Sometimes that's a different video. If I do a video about AEW, sometimes he does. I want to say real quick. Sometimes he books stuff real well. Wrestle Dream was pretty great. Okay. Oh, okay. The pinning thing was so cool. Like, Andrade and Mello were going off each other, right? Like hit for hit off the top rope, whatever. And then Mello, I don't remember what move he went for, but like LA Knight just stopped his momentum for the move so succinctly and like well. When Mello was going for a move, like Mello and Andrade were like tangled up, standing kind of, and like LA Knight, he put the BFT on both of them at the same time. It looked so good. So I did want Mello to win originally before I watched the match, but once at the end I was like, yeah, okay. Yeah, LA Knight, keep your belt. He deserved it. He earned that shit. Did so well. Oh, this is, like I said, there's been botches, like, there's always botches, like, there's botches here, botches there, botches everywhere. What I can't help but to notice, I feel like LA Knight keeps slipping from ropes during PLE, like PLEs, when he goes to jump up to the top. I don't know if he's wearing the same shoes. I'm kind of tempted to go back and look at the other PLEs he was in, like SummerSlam or whatever, and like look what shoes he was wearing and try to see if they were the same. But I don't get new shoes. But then again, what match was this in? Like maybe the fourth match or something? Like the ropes were getting slick, so can't really blame him. But yeah, I liked this match, and I was wrong prediction-wise. Next, we're going to be talking about new versus old bloodline. I had the new bloodline winning for this, and I was right. What I wrote is there will be Sammy Fuckery, and I said accidentally new bloodline wins. It was not an accident. They won surefiredly, and I liked that. Like, it was kind of matched my prediction for Bad Blood when I wrote that Jacob does the work and Solo pins. Like, it was that though here. That didn't happen at Bad Blood. That happened here. So a bit of an early prediction. And I'm just so much more confident in Solo. Like throughout the match, not even at the end, like when he pinned Roman, like throughout the match, like he's just like, he seems just so sure of himself, and I like that. I like the Solo like so much more than he was like 3 months ago. I was just like not seeing it. Like I see it so much. Like this is a tribal chief. I love this Solo. The spikes look devastating. When he spiked Roman, I was like, okay, work. Like those look devastating. But I'm gonna mostly talk now about the actual storyline that happened after the match. The actual match was 16 minutes, but the afterwards, all this stuff, this happened 6 extra minutes, so like 22 minutes. Let me know for my next time. I'm just saying, some matches could have been a bit longer. And of course, Sammy comes out, big pop. Everyone loves him in Saudi Arabia. Well, everyone loves him everywhere, it seems. But Sammy comes out, and I believed it. When he was gonna hug Solo, I was like, oh damn, Sammy to the dark side. But he got me. The little hug him, throw him over, like work, Sammy, you did that. And they're all getting up on each they all command Roman, Jimmy, Jay, they're all fighting and getting each other good now. And I did not like come on, don't make them be like stupid. Like, why are you paying Jimmy and Roman to be stupid too? Clearly, the haluva kick to Roman's face was an accident. Solo moved. You're going for a Superman punch, going for a haluva kick. There's a collision that happens sometimes. Like, you can make them still hate it and like hate Sammy and like match story without making them seem like idiots. But one other thing, I want Jay to wake up. Like, I really wanted Sammy to go to the New Bloodlines side, because like when they were all originally Bloodline, Sammy, Jay, Jimmy, Solo, Roman, when they were all originally Bloodline, like Solo was cool with Sammy until Roman wasn't cool with Sammy, and then he followed in line and decided to be, he's an enforcer, yes man, and like not be cool with Sammy anymore. And I feel like that's kind of what Jay is doing. Like, Jay, you're just becoming like, so like Jay, I like that he didn't enter with Roman and all of them, but it did just make the New Bloodline seem more of a unit and more like a better group. Because y'all were so discombobulated, like y'all didn't even enter together. I mean, obviously there's still going to be crazy tension. Like, I don't think Roman hasn't said sorry. Like, he does not deserve the forgiveness or anything, but they're just so like, please come together. Like, it was just so stupid of Jay to be so dismissive of Sammy. It was clearly an accident. Like, think for yourself. Like, you said you want to be your own, Oos. Like, then be your own. Sammy's your friend. He's your friend. Oh, your brother, your cousin don't like him? Okay, big fucking deal. They don't gotta like him. He's your friend. Okay, the match that I predicted I'd be most excited for: Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill versus Chelsea Green and Piper Niven versus Jakara Jackson and Lash Legend versus Kairi Sane and Io Sky. This was like one thing I didn't fully like about this match is that it didn't have to be this hard to follow. They decided to do 4 duets or whatever, couplings at each corner, but only 2 people tagged in, so like anybody can tag themselves in kind of thing, like that or whatever. But I would have preferred if it was like 4 in, like 1 person from each duo in at the same time. I think that would have helped to not become so confused later. It still looked great, but it did mosh up quickly because I think you should have just had 1 person from every team in already. I predicted that Bianca and Jade would retain because I think that when they lose the title, it will be the final nail in the coffin for them as a duo to then like start feuding. Like Jade's not gonna be the Storm anymore. She's gonna be the Tempest Temptress. You know what I mean? Like she's gonna like pum pum pum. Although I do really kind of want Bianca to be the heel, but I know it's just not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. So I'm excited to see Jade as a heel. And I think that the tension really, really needs to build up for like a good 2 months at least before the actual turn happens, and there's just no tension. So in my mind, there's absolutely no shot that they lose the title this time. There's no tension, and I think that would be the final coffin. So it just couldn't happen this match. So they got 12 minutes. Of course, they deserve that 12 minutes. So they had 8 people in this match. They have a lot of people to display the talents of and show, and so it makes sense that they got a lot of extra time. I also think that with the bloodline thing, like I was a little about them getting more time than the Champions vs. Champion women's match, but there were like just way more people there, so it makes sense. But then I think that so that 12-minute match should have been given to the bloodline, and then that 6 extra minutes they went over with storyline should have would have got them to 18 minutes. I think that should have been their time. I think that the 4 actual extra minutes of match time before the end of the match and story happened, I think that 4 extra minutes should have gone to this women's match, because there's like 8 women in here, like they need the time to display their skills and whatever, and they do, but of course at the end it's hard to get into like big move after big move after big move after big move, and it's not always necessarily a bad thing. I just felt like it's so jumbled here. There's so many great matches. They actually like Chelsea though. There were great chants throughout this. Whereas they love Chelsea. Oh, when Tama Tonga come out, they were doing these little yeah, like his little rabid dog. I think they were doing that chant. They were pretty great chants here. So basically, Piper accidentally does a move on Chelsea, and then Jade and Bianca take that time to do a move to her, a duo move. Yeah, Bianca pins Piper, and they win, and they retain. There's so many great points in this match. The way I loved, I kept rewinding. Not only see Lash pick up Kairi and just place her on her shoulders, but also to listen to Corey, because he was just absolutely shocked and amazed and gobsmacked that happened. And it was just so, I loved that point. I kept rewinding that point. I also kept rewinding the point where Jakara got on Lash's shoulders and she was holding it, and then they launched or whatever to everyone on the outside. I thought it was so good. I liked it. I love how Io is always able to fire up the crowd. She knows when to put that work in. Like before she does a big move, she's like, I'm not jumping on the top rope unless you cheer for me. Open your mouth and show some praise. I like that. Work, Io. You're about to risk your life flipping off the fucking turnbuckle or whatever. Get that cheer. Get that applause. Kairi and Io, they did a lot of flip moves. I love Bianca and Io, they just have such great chemistry. I'm glad they started off the match. They started off hot and were in it and whatever, and then they faded out, and the other people got to come in and shine once that attention was grabbed, and I really liked that. And yeah, I just think Jakara and Lash did it so well. Their first main roster pay-per-view, they did so great. And Chelsea and Piper are always so good. Their chemistry and their comedy, that was just so good. Chelsea being like, oh, jump from the second rope. No, maybe the first rope. Yeah, apron. Let me just fly off. And then she only hit Piper. I think that was so great. And yeah, it was a great match. And I loved everything about it, except I think could have got more time. It was so great. Could have got a little more time. Out of the 7 matches, like, I genuinely enjoyed 5 of them. I genuinely enjoyed 5 of them so much. Like, I was locked in. It was great. So, yeah, that's pretty great odds. And if this was like a month ago, me enjoying 5 pay-per-views, that would have been all 5 that were on the show. So, whatever. Great odds, you know? And, yeah, that was Crown Jewel. Oh, one more thing. I thought they would get to keep the belts, and I like that even though they don't get to keep the belts, they get a ring, which I think is even better than a belt in my opinion, because let's imagine, like, sure, Charlotte has won, like, what, 14 times or something, she's been champion. We didn't have anything actually hold and tangibly have, like, yeah, I'm a champion, right? Because once you lose a belt, it's gone, right? Now you have this little momentum that you always have that you won the belt. Even if the belt's somewhere else, someone else is it, like, whatever, you always have that little momentum that you won the belt, and I like that better. Like, I wish everyone got a ring for every title win they got. Like, I think that's kind of a cool idea. But this would obviously only be for Crown Jewel, because those belts are fucking really expensive, and they could not insure them to bring them to America. Or whatever. That's my guess. Anyway, that was Crown Jewel, and I'll see you maybe in a couple days after I watch NXT at the ECW arena. Okay, bye.